to eat and they used to be without food. So actually the human body has got adapted to long periods of time to be without food. So that means that we are already biologically, physiologically adapted to fast, and we need not really get worried that that your body is going to get harmed by fasting. So why do we need to fast, right? I'm sure that as Gudakeshas, all of you know the importance of fasting. We know that if we keep our stomach heavy or keep it busy all the time with food, our spiritual practice, the practice of meditation or going deeper into meditation, hits a roadblock, because a lot of the body's energy, the blood flow, everything concentrates in the stomach and in the digestive area, and we feel sleepy and tired and not able to do our practices. Similarly, our physiological and mental development also suffers, because the digestive system is one system where a lot of energy needs to be focused on if we have to digest food. A lot of important organs, enzyme activities, assimilation, peristalsis, and then excretion and elimination of waste, including starting, the job itself of chewing the food. All these things take a lot of energy of the body. So if we keep our stomach full and busy all the time, it interferes with our total health. So we have to, if we want not just physical health, but also mental, spiritual health, we have to have periods of time during the day where we keep our stomach empty, where we reduce the digestive load on our body. Okay, so let's go ahead. So how do we fast? The first thing is we can begin with intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting means the gap which is there between meals. So today we are in a state where there is food always available, right? We are no longer living in the ancient world where you would probably eat only when you are hungry, or you would just not eat if food was not available. Today, the availability of food is everywhere. You go to the middle of the sea, you climb on top of a mountain, or you go even to a remote island. There is always Maggie, tea, coffee, uh, all those things, right? Food is always available. So we have to put this practice at least of intermittent fasting. That means giving a proper gap between meals. So every organ needs time and space to do its job well. Imagine you have an important project to finish, and you know that you need 4 or 5 hours to finish making that PPT. But every 1 or 1.5 hours, somebody keeps coming and interrupting you. Maybe your children come and say they are hungry, you have to get up and make something, or some delivery guy is there at the door, or some relative calls up and wants to chat with you. What happens is that you're not able to finish your work on time, and everything will get piled up and the job suffers. Same way, if the work of healing needs to catch up, if the organs of our body which are tired need some rest, they need some space to do that job well. After doing the work, the organ needs to rest, and that can rest only when we keep our body free from all this continuous digestive work. So by providing enough gaps between meals, we can enhance the digestion, assimilation, and eliminative excretion activities of that organ, because only with rest the organs can function efficiently again. So many of the current lifestyle problems which we have, like constipation, which is basically the pileup of excretory waste in the body, The abdominal muscles have become lax. There is too much waste gathered in the body, and there is not enough time and space for the body to do clear up or muscle growth, right? A lot of the energies of the body is going towards digestion only. So where is the energy available for building muscles? Then aches and pains, again a sign of toxic buildup in the body, acids circulating in the body which haven't found the time to leave the body. Chronic diseases, obesity, which is basically extra calories which we consume. All these things will improve with fasting. So with fasting, we can do a lot of wonders, and it's a free thing, right? There is no money involvement in this. It is just all that it needs is some amount of listening to the body and some self control. So there were many people, spiritual people, people from science, people from fitness. All these people, they have said that the best of medicines is resting and fasting. They all knew the benefits of fasting. Many of the great reformers, the the people of art, people of science, they were all regular fasters. Okay, so we also, as common people, have to incorporate fasting in our daily routine. So, how do we do that? So, here is a concept called the circadian rhythm. So, the circadian rhythm of the body is a biological rhythm. So, it is a 24-hour cycle which happens along, which happens as per the cue of the sunlight and the ambient light available. So just like we have cycles in nature, right? Our body also has many cycles. The monthly cycle of which females go through, right? The periods, all these things show that there is a rhythm which is happening in our body. Now, the circadian rhythm is a 24-hour cycle which happens on a daily basis. If you look at 24 hours and divided into 3 periods of 8 hours each, at different periods of the day, the body does different functionalities with greater emphasis. So from this figure, you can see that from morning 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. is the time for releasing. That means elimination. The body releases waste. It is a time for cleansing. And this is the time when the body just wants to cleanse and not get tied up with digestive work. So this is the time when we should give the body as less load of food as possible. And this is the time when fasting is best. So if we eat too many times between the time of 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., or we give heavy to digest foods, or we keep on interrupting this cleansing mechanism at this crucial time, the releasing functionality will slow down. So this is the best time to do intermittent fasting. So that's why we say that between previous day's dinner to next day's breakfast, try to keep a good gap, at least 12 hours. If you're already doing 12 hours, then move on to 14, 15, and try to aim for 16 hours of intermittent fasting. That means if you finish, let's say before joining this call today, you have already finished your dinner. So let's say you finish dinner by 7:30. So tomorrow morning, at least till 7:30 a.m., you should not eat or drink anything, including or any herbal tea or anything like that. Ideally, it is better if you wait at least till 9:30, which will give you a 14-hour gap. And once you are used to that, slowly you can increase the gap and actually eat or drink only when hungry. The hunger of our body in the morning will come only after doing some work. So ideally after sunbathing, like what Smita told you yesterday, and some amount of exercise, only after that our hunger opens up in the morning. So try to eat as late as possible in the morning time. So the other periods of time are 12 to 8 is receiving time. It is when the body is ready to receive heavier to digest foods. So you should try to eat all your cooked food between 12 to 8. After 8 is sunset, even earlier. And after this, the body works inwards. It is going to do housekeeping chores. It is going to assimilate the nutrition and all those things. Other things in which you can give bigger gaps are between your lunch and snacking time. See, for most of us, snacking is just out of boredom or because you're tired or upset or you don't know what to do. So, mindlessly, even though we have had a good lunch, within 2 to 3 hours of lunch, we are again in the kitchen trying to look for something to eat, right? So it is better that we skip the habit of snacking, have a good lunch, then give a good period of time gap, do some work, go for an evening walk, and then have an early dinner. So eating too many times a day also should be avoided. So how do we do that? You can say that I feel very hungry every now and then. If I don't eat, I may get gastric problems. Uh, if I don't eat, I get anxious. So you have to build up this habit slowly, slowly. So just in one day, you cannot build up long hours of fasting. So you can build up, like today, if you are able to do, let's say, 12 hours of intermittent fasting, you can tomorrow try 12 hours and 15 minutes. So try like that for 2, 3 days, then 12 hours and 30 minutes, and then 13 hours, 14 hours, like that you can try. Once you are able to do intermittent fasting well, you can start doing uh, half day fasting and then 3/4 day fasting and 1 day fasting, like that you can slowly build up. So remember, you should never fast uh, dry fast means you should never fast without any water or anything. At least water you should have. So water is important. Even when you're fasting, please continue to drink water sip by sip. So always start slowly. It's not a competition. Different people have different abilities. So you should not preset targets, but you should work organically as per your body's capability. So we covered fasting. Fasting was also a form of therapy. Now we will go into a diet chart. Okay, so many of you have been asking about diet chart. Give me a diet chart. What should I do? How should I eat? All these things. But we have already given a lot of information to you. But we are just putting this today in a more organized manner. So one thing I would like to mention is this is a generalized diet chart. Okay, so this is assuming that people have some mild chronic condition and they can do this kind of diet. Even people who have no health problem also can follow this. This is the ideal way of eating. Now, if somebody is having an advanced stage of disease, or they are in a lot of pain, or they have been suffering from particular problems for a long time, then this chart may change. You may it may be a little more aggressive. That always depends on what your health coach will prescribe to you. So your health coach, after talking to you, assessing your lifestyle and your your illness, your age, all these things, he or she can give you a more customized diet chart. But for now, this is the diet chart which I will explain. So as you know, Smita has also covered this, the importance of hydration. So we will begin our, the diet pattern by following a less dense food, starting with a less dense food, and over the day increasing the density of foods and ending with higher dense foods. Okay, so this is one way in which we can do. So we always start the day with hydrating ourselves. So Smita has spoken about the importance of liquids. Try to have at least 3 liters of liquids in a day. This 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 encompasses juice, which is 1 liter at least, and then water. So water you can have, or you can add a few drops of lemon in that and make it lemon water, or tender coconut water, another 2 liters. So totally 3 liters in a day. So juicing, she has already spoken about how to make juices. So begin your day whenever you are hungry with juices. So take your juice sip by sip, not just gulp it down. So allow the juice to sit in your mouth for some time. Your mouth should warm it up, and then you have to swallow the juice. So after you complete your juice, if you're still thirsty, you can take water or something like that. And then whenever your body asks for solid food, maybe the hunger will come around 11 o'clock or something like that. Then you can have fruits for your breakfast. Any seasonal, regional fruits of your liking you can take. Okay, no need to go for any exotic fruits or anything like that. Next comes lunch. So lunch typically will be, let's say, around 1:30 or 2. So here I'm just giving you a rough idea of timing. So never go by the wall clock. Always go by what your body is indicating. So whenever you're hungry, then only you should have your food. So for lunch, you can make a simple salad. So a lot of raw vegetables like cucumbers and tomatoes and gourds. These are in season now in summer. Then raw greens like spinach, lettuce, all these things. You can mix them. You can make low fat, oil free chutneys or dressings. Okay, we can give you some ideas. We have been sharing ideas with you on the WhatsApp group. Any simple chutneys of your choice, preferably without salt. Okay, if you really can't eat without salt, you can add a little bit of salt, but ideally no salt and no oil. That should be really strictly followed. No oil should be followed, because remember, oil is not a whole food. It's a refined, dense food. So you can also add some nut paste or soaked chopped nuts to your salad for some crunch. Or you can add the nuts as part of your chutneys, and you can make delicious dressings. And then you can pour it on top of your salad, and that makes a healthy salad. Now, for those of you who are not very fond of salads, or salads are giving you gas, or you don't have time for all this, you can even just have more fruits also for lunch, right? So you can have any combination or single type of fruit also for lunch. So we have to change our thinking. Earlier, our thinking was that lunch means it should be solid food. Any meal means it should be a solid food, right? Like rice or roti, that's what we think. But we have to change our thinking and understand that even fruits or just raw vegetable salad can also be a meal by itself. Evening snack is optional, only if you are hungry. Then again, here you can have smoothies, or you can have some roasted oil-free makhana, herbal teas, or just cut fruits or some sprouts, anything like that. Dinner should be early, and dinner should be dinner is when we will introduce some cooked grains. So look at the proportion we have given. Half your plate should be a raw salad. So again, we are giving a lot of importance to the raw salad, and in the remaining 50%, you can have 20% of cooked grains and 30% of oil-free vegetables or dal, sambar, rasam or beans or something like that. So imagine your plate. In your plate, 50% is raw salad, raw vegetable salad. Now in the remaining 50%, 30% you make it full of vegetables, vegetable sabzi, vegetable curries, gravy, whatever it is. And the rest 20% can be your little bit of roti or rice or like mixed rice or whatever you like to eat. So the grain should be gluten free. So gluten free means certain grains have a protein called gluten, which is quite difficult to digest by the body. So wheat, barley, oats, then these are the typical grains which have gluten in them. Oats don't have gluten, but because oats is processed in the same factory where wheat is made, that's why oats also gets contamination of gluten. So that means we are saying don't use wheat. That means no chapatis, no rava and all that, all those things. You can have millet ravas, rice rava, or you can make rotis with buckwheat, with quinoa, with rice flour, with millet flour, all these things, right? So let's say as an example, my plate would be 50% vegetable salad, and then I made a cabbage sabzi, and then I have small portion of red rice, and I made a sambar filled with vegetables. So that is my simple plate, right? You understood, right? That will be a South Indian plate. So if you're a North Indian, you may want to eat some roti. So 50% of your plate will be salad, and then there will be a vegetable sabzi, and then maybe a little bit of dal, and then your roti will be limited to one or two, and even in the roti also you can scrape vegetables and mix the dough. So we are going to show you pictures so that it becomes easy to understand. So here are examples of juices. Look at the explosion of colors, right? So many different colors you can make. Each person in the family can customize and make their juices. So the first picture is watermelon and greens juice. And this one is greens, cucumber, and grapes. And here you can see different types like pineapple and orange, and then watermelon and beetroot. And then the first one, I don't remember what it was, but possibly some greens with grapes and ashford or something like that. So it's up to you what combinations you like. So these are the juices, which will be the first input of your day. Then comes different types of breakfast bowls. So the simplest way, of course, and the best way is to just cut fruits, whatever you like, whatever is in season, cut fruits and have a big bowl. Okay, it's not like half an apple or one orange and say I finished my breakfast. So it should be a good big bowl of fruits. You can combine raw greens like lettuce or spinach along with fruits and eat. So greens are okay to be combined with fruits, but not anything else. You can also make smoothies by mixing a few fruits and enjoying them with some more cut fruits on top. So this is a banana and dragon fruit smoothie, which are topped with apples. So banana makes a very good base for different kind of smoothies. You can make banana with papaya, banana with mango, or banana with pineapple. Or it would, nowadays, because it's mango season, you can just have mango smoothie with some extra top grapes or something like that. So you can make your own combinations, and Trust us, you will never you will never get bored of eating fruits for breakfast. Even though it's the same fruits every day, but if you're eating with real genuine hunger, you will be able to enjoy the fruits of the season. So next comes salads. So you don't really have to make any fancy salad. If you are okay with just cut vegetables, some lemon juice and some dhania or mint on top and enjoy it, it's good enough. Here I have cut lot of different vegetables like cucumber, then tomatoes, red capsicum, even chayote squash. Then I have topped it up with coriander, and this is a paste of dates. So dates and tamarind. This is a very delicious low-fat dressing. So just before serving, I will mix this with this nice big family salad, and everybody enjoys this salad for lunch. If I am going out, if I am traveling, or if I have to go to some workplace, then I carry my salads like this. It's if you have jars like this at home, you can carry your salad in the jar. Even when I'm taking my son out somewhere and I don't want to buy food from outside, we pack up salads like this and take it. It's very easy and a nice way to enjoy salads. You can even keep the salads disassembled like this, because if different people in your family like different vegetables, then just make a big salad bar like this. Have a big tray and arrange all the different vegetables. Some amount of sweet corn is here, bananas, some chutneys, 2-3 types of chutneys. So people can mix and match and choose what they want. So if you've got kids at home, if there's a play date going on, because summer holidays are going on, instead of always giving them cooked food, get them into the habit of salads by colorful arrangements like this, and every kid will enjoy mixing and matching and creating their own versions. They'll have fun doing it. So remember, you can also again have fruits for lunch. So these are examples for dinners. So here is just simple moong, sprouted moong, which has been steamed for a few minutes. Some coconut has been added and some seasoning. Then with lot of vegetables, raw vegetables. So here also some bisibele bhat, which is a South Indian Kannada special. With lot of vegetables it has been made, and it has been combined with lot of raw vegetables. So you can see the proportion of grains versus vegetables you have to take. So if you feel hungry, you can take one more serving, but you have to maintain the proportion. So it's not that you just take cooked food but no raw food. Try to take raw food also along with that. So for those of you having digestive issues, you may find that mixing cooked food with raw food may give you gas. In that case, try to give a 30-minute, let's say 20-minute gap after your raw food intake, after your salad intake, before you have your cooked food. So here you can see this is simple rice. You can also have sambar along with that, lot of raw vegetables, a simple sabzi or poriyal. Then raw chutneys are a great way to increase your raw intake, right? And here red rice or brown rice has been used. So that is the whole rice, not the refined white rice. You can also use millet rice. All these things are possible. So we are not giving any difficult to do diets or fancy diets with exotic ingredients, expensive ingredients. The same regular food you eat at home with a few tweaks and replacements, you can make your meals really healthy. So day in and day out, you have to continue following this kind of diet chart and see how your body is responding. It will definitely respond, and listen to what your body is asking. if your body is asking for a particular vegetable or a fruit, go with that, right? So keep innovating. If you like the same simple food, keep it that way, or within the rules which we have, you can try to make some more new changes, try new ways of cooking curries. Basically, your food has to be simple. Food has to be cooked very simply, not by hours and hours of cooking. When food is simple, when food is as given to the body in as original form as possible, that's when the body can use it and integrate it and eliminate it easily. Okay, so this was about the diet chart. Now we'll come to healthy kitchen makeover. Why do our kitchens need a makeover? Is because we know that we have all been cooking and eating in a certain way before. There are a lot of different things which have which have found a place in our kitchen. But now that we know that they are not really healthy, there are better options available. You may wish to look for alternatives and set up your kitchen. So we just thought of providing this information to all of you in a nutshell, so that it becomes easy for you to understand. So let's see what's there. So you already know that natural foods are attractive, water-rich, fiber-rich, regional, seasonal, wholesome and colorful. So this is what we want in our kitchen. We want only natural foods. So we have to remove the processed foods. We have to remove the animal foods and make way for more and more natural foods in our kitchen. So our kitchen should be a natural foods kitchen. So here are some suggestions. So you had dairy products like milk, milk-based curd, then cheese and all those things, right? Butter and all those things. We will be covering, I think in a couple of days, how to make recipes with all these things. We will be telling you how to make plant-based milk, curd, sweets and all that. So replace these dairy products with plant-based milk, butter, cheese, if at all you need. Okay, so there are a few companies which provide ready-made plant-based curd. There are, we really haven't found such easily accessible companies which produce curd is okay, but like milk without additives, we've not found it so far. So you can very easily make plant-based milk for your kids at home. You can make cheese, butter, all these things. But just remember that these are not necessities. Once children have got teeth, we do not need any of these dairy alternatives anymore. It's just for taste and for memory, that's all. Next, oil has to go. It's better even to remove the cold pressed oil and instead go for nuts and seeds. Right? So nuts and seeds will have the natural oils with the fiber intact, and you can use that to add taste to any dish. So for example, you want to make a dal makhni or something like that, right? So how you used to do that? You used to add some butter to that and cook, right? So here you may just soak cashews, make a paste of it and add it to the food, and it will taste just like actually tastes better than using the animal-based product approach. So sugar is again a refined food full of chemicals. Replace it with dry fruits or fresh fruits for the sweetness. If you are going to make laddus and all that, you can use a paste of dry fruits like paste of dates and put some raisins, and then you can make laddus and all those things. Okay, so deep fried items, replace it with baked items, air fried or baked items. Like you can make samosas and cookies and breads and everything you can make by baking. So deep fried samosas and chaklis, murukus, all those should be avoided. And instead, if you really want to eat it, you can use nut butters and bake them for oil-free snacks. There are a few companies also which provide oil-free baked snacks. If anybody wishes to know, we can provide the details. Then refined grains and pulses like white rice, maida, suji, all these things should be avoided, and whole grains and pulses should be used. Soft drinks like Pepsi and different colas, the Rasna, all these things which are very popular in summer should be avoided. Instead, go for natural drinks like coconut water, homemade lemon juice, fresh juices, smoothies, so delicious they are, right? Sugarcane juice, all these things can be had. Tea and coffee, instead of that, go for herbal teas. If you're having juices in the morning, that's also a better option than having tea and coffee. Refined salt, instead of the white refined salt, go for unrefined salt, rock salt, pink salt. These things are better. Please avoid using the microwave because microwave heats up the food to very high temperatures. It spoils the nutritional inputs. Instead, use the convection mode in your microwave, which is basically using your microwave like an oven, or you can buy a new oven if you only have microwave. So oven is better, but microwave definitely should be avoided. Non-stick and plastic pans, plastic storage items, plastic lunch boxes, plastic water bottles, all these things should be avoided. Instead of non-stick, you can go for stainless steel or earthenware, iron, glass. Store your kitchen groceries in steel or glass containers. So avoid using plastic. Then what about the behavioral aspect? So if there is a lot of clutter in the kitchen is not well maintained, there's a lot of stress, you're always in a hurry, rushing around cooking food, or you just hate cooking and you're cooking with that kind of mindset, right? All that will get into our body when we eat that food. Instead, go for a calm state of mind, lot of laughter, mindfully use the time. Cooking can be a meditative experience if we do it mindfully, right? Then avoid overcooking. Learn how to cook conservatively. That, like I said, let the vegetables retain a little bit of crunch. Don't overuse spices and salts and fats. So conservative cooking so that we can actually taste the vegetables. We can taste the the textures and the aroma. So do something like that rather than drowning everything inside masalas and making. So conservative cooking and conservative eating, both we have to follow. So coming to what kind of tools may be needed for this healthier lifestyle. These are not mandatory, but just a suggestion. These tools definitely help to save time. They make your life in the kitchen better and more enjoyable. So a juicer, some of you were already asking and discussing in the group, if you are into juicing, it is better to buy a cold press juicer so you can see what comes within your budget. Wooden cutting board is a very good investment. Please avoid using plastic cutting boards. Then good quality knife. This makes a world of difference. If you have a good quality knife, even if you have a mountain of vegetables to cut, it'll all be done within a very short period of time. So investing money in a good quality knife, taking care of it, is definitely a good investment. Buy a good blender which can make if you're into the habit of making nut butters and nut pastes, salad dressings, a good quality blender is very important to have. Then a oven or OTG, then spiralizer. So spiralizer is a kind of peeler which converts your vegetables into noodles form. So I will send you the picture, you will get an idea. All these things are easily available on the internet. You can buy, and these are good additions to your kitchen. Then pretty crockery, right? So you are now going to eat all those colorful rainbow colors of vegetables and fruits. So try to invest in some good quality ceramic plates and bowls, or wooden or coconut shell bowls. So many things you get now. So food looks good when it is arranged in that, and you will really enjoy eating. Okay, so OTG means oven toaster griller, which is basically the normal oven. That's what is known as OTG. So last but not the least, making your kitchen look good, right? We spend a lot of money and effort in keeping our living room very pretty, but kitchen is a place where we spend a lot of time, right? So keep a lot of plants in your kitchen if there is space next to the window where you can, just looking at these beautiful plants gives you a lot of joy. Then you can even make a herb corner where you can grow simple herbs like mint and coriander, then basil, all these things you can then pluck fresh and put it into your salads. Then always keep your fruits on the table so that everybody at least starts looking at what fruits are there at home, and some of the kids at home may be interested to pick up some of these fruits and try them. Okay, so display your fruits. Keep them at eye level on the counter and in your kitchen, open kitchen shelves, wherever possible. So you are aware of the abundance. The family is aware of all the nice things which are there at home. Then you can have some nice quotes like this, which you can hang in your kitchen. Laughter in the kitchen brings smiles to the home. So it also uplifts your mood, and when you are in a good mood and you cook, you are obviously transferring all that positive energy to food. So shopping also becomes very important in this lifestyle because we are going to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, right? So you will have to buy more of these things and less of rice and oil and biscuits and all the other things you were wasting your money on. But when you are buying fruit, buy enough quantity of fruit. Go to your local vendors, fruit vendors, and talk to them and strike a deal with them that you'll be a regular customer. So what rate you can get your food at. So basically you have to get into the habit of planning your meals and what are the different kinds of vegetables which can be used for salads, which can be used for juicing, what fruits can be used, what fruits can be used in smoothies, what greens I have to buy. All these things are very important. So please plan for that. Carry your own bag, avoid and refuse plastic bags, because the more plastic we use and we throw them away, many people, though they know they are going to the vegetable vendor after their morning walk, they never even keep a bag with them, or even a folded plastic bag will easily fit into your pocket. So they don't bother, and then they take a new plastic bag from the vendor because he's giving it for free. So we are just using it, and then after 1 or 2 times we are just throwing it in the bin, and all that lands into our oceans and lakes. Then through that it gets into our soil, and it will be like the karma loop, right? It will come back to us finally. So carry your own bags always. I've been doing this for the past 10 years. Whenever I go, I always carry my bag. Even water bottle I carry. Even when I attend functions, I don't take water bottles from there. And if I know I'm going to be walking around and I'll get hungry, then I keep a fork and a spoon and a plate also, so that I don't have to borrow it from the vendors and throw it away. So avoid disposables. Invest in airtight containers to store your greens and cut vegetables so that they last longer. Shop for enough, right? You have to have enough things at home so that you don't run out of fruits and vegetables. So at least twice a week, at least you will have to buy, because it's not like, cooking with rice and oil like you used to cook earlier, because fruits and vegetables have to be fresh. You cannot buy once in 2 weeks and when all the freshness is gone. Avoid buying frozen and canned food unless absolutely necessary. Some recipe asks for it. And especially, I think in foreign countries, this frozen and canned are more popular. But it's better to avoid them and eat fresh. Avoid wasting food. Avoid creating waste. If there is a lot of waste, always compost at home, or you can give it to some cow or animal in the neighborhood. And educate your local vendors also about waste, right? You can talk to them if they are unnecessarily giving out plastic bags to all the people. So you can talk to them and tell them about this. So you can see in the pictures how many types of fruits. Like we take boxes and bring big cartons of fruit so that every once in 2-3 days you don't have to go and buy. Anyway, nowadays you have online delivery, you can order everything gets delivered home. So that's also a very good option. So that was it, friends, today. Tomorrow we will do lifestyle choices, how it affects. Smita will take you through how lifestyle choices affect mental health, mind and body for spiritual progress. So very important day tomorrow. But today I'm finished the presentation. If you have any questions, you can please raise your hands and I will unmute you. Or anything on chat. Okay, here are some questions. Suggest a good quality knife. They keep getting blunt over a period of time. Yeah, they do get blunt. Depends on how you use. Like I used to, because I wanted to avoid plastic cutting board, I was using a steel plate and cutting my vegetables on that. So that will blunt your knife. You have to use a proper wooden cutting board, then it will not spoil your knife. So I think Godrej brand, they have good quality knives. I also bought mine online. It's like a Japanese chef knife, which is broad, so I can chop my vegetables faster. I get a lot of free time from that. But I also have one iron knife which I bought in the local market, which is very good. So you have to see what works well. But I think Godrej brand is good. I'm not aware of any other brand. But you can check the reviews and buy. OTG is oven toaster grill. Uh, it uh, it is synonymous with oven, right? No questions today. Anyone wants to raise your hands? Any questions about fasting, kitchen replacement, diet chart, intermittent fasting? We have fewer number of people today, possibly because it's Sunday. Okay, Maheen, you want to? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. Actually, I had gone on a vegan diet for say a couple of months. That was many years back. Uh, and I actually lost a lot of weight on it. I'm already have a let's go. Please go from here. I'm sorry. 1 minute. I'll just.
It's okay.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. Let him also be there in the video.
So yes, so I just wanted to know, a lot of people suggest that to gain weight, you need to have a significant amount of protein in your diet, at least for people who tend to have a, lower weight. So just having so many fruits and vegetables, doesn't that lead to weight loss?
Actually, we've answered this question in detail before and also in the WhatsApp group. Are you part of the WhatsApp group?
Yes, but I don't have time actually to read WhatsApp, so.
You have to read the messages there because Smita has answered it in detail already. But anyway, so um, it depends, what you did, what kind of diet you followed. So it can, vegan diet doesn't necessarily mean a healthy diet. But if you follow, the diet chart which we have suggested, the weight loss may happen, but it will not be so fast. So we should not think of it as weight loss. It's basically waste loss, which is necessary, which is part of detoxification. So if the inherent, see, the rule which the body follows is that if the quality of the incoming material is superior to the existing quality with which your existing tissues are made of, then it will rebuild your tissues again with a higher quality material. It will release all the excess salts and fats and lower quality tissues, excess water, everything, and rebuild again. So during this process, there will be weight loss, and we should understand this properly and not get worried. Why is this weight loss happening? So in people who are underweight, the weight loss will not be too much. The body will never go into a state where life becomes dangerous, right? It will be always self-sustaining. But coming to your question about protein, so protein is a building block which is there in all foods. It's not that we have to eat meat or eggs or dairy to get protein. In fact, protein digestion is one of the most difficult tasks the body has to do. It makes the body really tired. What our body really needs are amino acids, which are the end products of protein digestion, and that we can easily get by eating fruits and vegetables. These fruits, especially, they already have pre-digested protein in the form of amino acids. So, if your diet is right, if you're taking sunlight and you're sleeping well, so the body building actually happens during sleep, right? So if you're sleeping well, if you're taking good amount of sunlight, if you're taking some amount of greens and plenty of raw foods, all these things also, with this also you can gain weight. So maintaining the weight of the weight of the body maintenance is the job of the body. How much it has to maintain it at, the body will decide. We don't have to worry about that. Our job is only to give the right inputs to feed the body only when it is hungry and live in tune with nature's rhythms. The rest the body will take care. So, hope you are also including some body weight exercises. As and when people start getting well and having more energy, we have to exercise. Exercise is coming up in one of the future sessions where we will be covering it in more detail. What kind of exercise, how much to do, what is best, why exercise, how much weight can be lost, how much weight can be gained, all those things will be answered. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So there's a question on chat. I feel hungry at 10:30 or so late at night. What should I do at that time? Should I eat or not? So first of all, Sumedha, you should be sleeping at that time. 10 o'clock, you should be in bed. I don't know what you're doing so late. But it takes a little time to get used to this lifestyle. So if we've been eating heavy,
Go and brush your teeth. Go and brush your teeth. No.
if we've been, Mahi, can you mute yourself? So if you've been eating heavy meals before, the size of the stomach will be bigger. So it takes some time to get used to smaller, better quality meals. So in the meantime, if you really are hungry at that time, you can have fruits. Okay, so better not to eat anything else so late in the night. Gradually, you can stop that habit and not eat anything after 8 p.m. Also remember that if we don't sleep well, if we are taking a lot of stress, if we are not taking sunlight, then also all these untimely hunger pangs will come. Yeah, so you can take fruits slowly. You will be able to come to a stage where fewer number of meals and better quality of meals your body will be able to take. Okay. Any other questions? We have few minutes. I'm sleeping, but I feel hungry also. I don't eat at that time. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, look at all aspects of your lifestyle. And at the most, if you're still hungry, you can take foods. Make sure you are well hydrated. You're taking enough quantity, juices, juicy fruits, water, all these things. Sometimes dehydration gets mistaken as hunger, right? So slowly you will be able to get into a pattern and then your body will not ask. So the healthier we eat, the more hydrating foods we eat, the less the body will keep asking. Because like a child, right? If the child gets what it wants, it will not trouble you. But if the child didn't get what it wants, it will keep coming and asking you again and again. So if you feed your body right, if you give the right inputs to the body will be happy. It got its needs met and it is just going to do its other jobs. Otherwise, it will keep asking for food again and again. So just notice this. Suppose you go out and eat at a restaurant today night. Actually, tomorrow you will be more hungry, even though you've eaten nice meal at the restaurant. But if you've eaten just, let's say, some mangoes today night for dinner, tomorrow morning you will not be hungry at all for a long time. That is because you gave your body what it wanted. Whereas when we eat out restaurant food, the body gets dehydrated. And because there are no nutrients, the body keeps asking for food again. Okay, I guess there are no more questions. We've completed today's session. No questions on chat or on video. So we will meet you again tomorrow at 7:30. Thank you all and have a great night. Good night. Bye-bye.